back, and hopefully I won't fuck this up this time, and I'll keep all the responses in the story. Until then, grab a drink. I think I'm gonna go over probably at least 10. I don't know. There's a lot more than I expected, so thank you guys. I fucking love you, and here we go. Cheers. I've gotten this question a few times on Instagram and in person when I meet people for photos, and I would definitely go back on Big Brother, whether it's an All-Stars or just some type of returning season. Now, would they want me back is a different question. Initially, I have been saying the entire season, inside the house and outside, that Michael's gonna win Big Brother, and he should. As of 2 nights ago, and what we saw on TV and what the house now knows, I don't think he's gonna win because whoever goes to jury is gonna let them know. With that said, it goes without saying, I really want Terrance to win, but I do think Turner and Monte are in the best positions in this house. As far as who's gonna win out of those two, no clue right now. I can't stress this enough. When you see the comps on TV, they look a lot easier than they are in person, but maybe part of that reason is because you're either nervous, emotionally charged, or maybe you're just fighting for your life and you need to win this competition to survive, and you know your life's. For HOH, I was in a special situation as far as first HOHs in the history of Big Brother, as far as I remember, don't get letters, don't get photos. But after me, anybody who got letters and photos, they got to keep the photos, and I believe everything else taken away till the end of the show. There's no other way to explain this other than a romantic way, even though she and I are best friends. As soon as I saw her, we clicked. I didn't even have to know her name. I didn't have to speak to her. I didn't have to shake her hand. I knew from a distance, this is my girl. There are way too many experiences inside the Big Brother house that actually reminded me of how lucky I was to be there. But easily one of my favorites at the top would be having coffee with Terrance and Nicole. Nobody was awake but us, and it was just the best bonding time. I absolutely loved it. But to add to that, I do want to say, as a super fan, I could not believe that I was watching Otev's competition front row. Of course, it was heartbreaking to not be in the competition, but I got the full fan experience. It was unreal. My biggest regret in my season is week 1, I should have made a bigger alliance. I'm not a big fan of big alliances, so I wasn't even thinking about it. But I was in 7 different alliances by the end of week 1. I thought I was in a good spot, but clearly I needed an 8 or 9% alliance. I definitely plan on making more merch, but for those of you who are waiting right now, we have the posters ready to go. You can have me sign it or not. And then we have stickers already done. The t-shirts are being made right now, and you can check it out on my link tree in the bio. Currently, the shirts are only available in white, but we'll see what happens down the line. And those of you asking in my question box, when will it be shipped? You'll get an email by the end of next week on your ship date. I have not warmed up my voice, but this hopefully helps. It doesn't, don't do it. But I want to break up the monotony of the questions real quick, and maybe I'll just sing something really short. All right, don't judge me, here we go. Well, I wanted love, I needed love, oh, most of all, oh, most of all. Well, someone said true love was dead, and I am bound to fall. I am bound to fall for you. Oh, 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 what can I do? Yeah, it's a song by the Black Keys. Go check it out. After playing Big Brother, I actually fell more in love with the game, but that's because I'm a theater kid and I love the behind the scenes things that happen to make the magic happen. So anytime we were doing nomination ceremonies or competitions, I was fanning the fuck out. Biggest regret is definitely not forming a bigger alliance from week 1, but week 2, I knew about Postpack from Nicole, and I should have formed a bigger alliance on the side of that didn't include anybody from Postpack so that we could have all of our bases covered. Okay, I'm gonna answer some questions that are like obviously Big Brother related, but not necessarily game. So something like this, yeah, we have our duffel bag, but we also have one suitcase, and that's evident in some of the edits and the live feeds. You'll see our suitcase in the background the first week, and the house is as boring as it seems on the live feeds if you guys watch those. But the first week's exciting and new because you're meeting everyone, you're losing your voice, you're losing sleep. But ultimately you have to remember, you can't bring in your cell phone, no movies, no TV, no music, no books. The diary room, for those of you who don't know, is basically the interview room that America watches you break down your strategy or whatever you're talking about. All they do is ask me questions about my game. You have to remember they're watching every move and they say, hey, when you're talking to this person, what did you really mean? I kept my microphone on at all times, even when I slept after the first week, because I would get called out because I talked so much and I would whisper strategy in my bed alone underneath the blankets. So I kept my mic on at all times. So yes, when you're in the bathroom, I have my mic on. I didn't give a fuck. It didn't matter. They see and hear absolutely everything. So you're giving up your privacy the minute you walk into that house. But people like Alyssa, I remember from day one, she was taking her mic off before she went. Slop is actually still cut oats, and part of the recipes you throw in some type of protein, maybe some flaxseed, whatever it may be. But ultimately, we found that it tastes best if you just eat it as still cut oats. And sometimes we'd cook it and call them like slop jacks, I think. They're like pancake versions. But I really lucked out because Private Chef Nicole was on Have Nots the same week I was. And she made some of the best slop. Tastes like risotto. Some of it tastes like churros. And like, it was fucking awesome. It was the Look, I can't express this enough, how much this means to me, because I've met so many people in public who expressed that I was their favorite player, the Rugrats were their number one to go to the end. It means the world to me, so thank you so much for the love and support this season. Thank you all for sending questions. There's at least 50 more in there, but I'm probably going to do maybe 10 tomorrow morning over some coffee, like the good old day on the live feed. So come hang and put in more questions if you got them, whatever.